such ripples for peace here. So I wanted to start off, I'm going to talk a little bit about why it's important to get youth involved, read a couple letters that some youth in Espanola Valley High School have written about the issues, and talk a little bit about my own experience. So I first got involved at the University of California, Berkeley, and it was because a peer of mine came into my Peace and Conflict Studies class when I was a freshman and gave a lecture on how the University of California has been managing Los Alamos and Livermore since their inception, and that every single nuclear weapon in the US arsenal was made by a UC employee. I was outraged, I was very upset, I started researching, learning more about this, and organizing to sever those ties between the university, the university and the labs, and I started traveling around and hearing a lot of voices, and the reason that I really got involved was I started hearing from Hibakusha, survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the US atomic bombings there, from downwinders in Nevada and in New Mexico, and their stories have stuck with me and in my heart, and I now feel a responsibility to do something about it. And I wanted to start right now with reading you a couple letters. Robin and I, we travel around to different high schools and work with youth, doing education about what's really going on here at Llano. And we went to the Espanola Valley High School last year and told them about a proposal to bring greater than Class C waste. They were looking at different sites across the US, including Los Alamos National Laboratory. And what we did was we went and did public education about this proposal and tried to get people to come to the public hearings. Which, by the way, working with youth, I can tell you we are so frustrated going to the Department of Energy public hearings where it's their game, their rules, they make the ultimate decision, and most of our comments that we speak from our heart are all considered not applicable. But I'm going to read a couple of those letters that were considered not applicable. They're both by young women that are sophomores at Espanola Valley High School. New Mexico is a beautiful, peaceful, and friendly environment. Please do not take that away from us. This state is not a waste for the government to be destroying. We are all humans, and we all deserve to live in a free, healthy, and clean environment. Please consider another source or idea to put this waste. We care about our community, and we want what's best for our economy, but we also care for a healthy environment. Please reconsider. Students of Espanola Valley High School. The second one, we don't support this idea because we don't want anything to harm our community. We want our children and grandchildren to live healthy lives. And not have to live through devastation if something goes wrong. This idea is frightening. This idea isn't going to allow us to live long, healthy lives. And the reason I wanted to read those is because one of the main reasons I think it's so important to get youth involved is because youth are really able to connect the heart to the head with these issues. Nuclear weapons are in a sphere of technical, scientific, military, high-level politician decision-making. And at these hearings and on these issues, our voices and speaking from our heart, we're just cut out from the stories. And I think youth are so important because they can listen to these technical stories and actually come up with clear, simple solutions. They're not so jaded, they're not so stuck in what's realistic, what's practical, but they're able to speak for what is right. And I think that is so important. I'm going to now turn it over to Robert, who is going to speak a little bit from his experience working with youth about some of the obstacles to education with youth.